Yo, what's up, guys? Back at it again with my second upload in like 2 or 3 months. But it's cool. I'm just getting used to some of this YouTube stuff. Like talking into a microphone, it's like weird for me, but I'm making it work and I'm getting used to it. So, yeah. This is just a 6v6 against a passerby from my festival plaza who's gracious enough to accept my battle request. If you guys use Festival Plaza to get battles, you know how hard it is to get a battle. You know how hard it is to even get a good battle. Like, it's just, man, it's hard. But yeah, she accepted. I'm using 6 I wanted to use. She's using 6. I really wanted to use the Houndoomite. I know it just got released on Pokemon Sun and Moon like last month, so I just wanted to test it out in an actual 6v6 battle. And I also wanted to use like the Staraptor, the Roserade. These are Pokemon I don't really use that often. I like seeing different Pokemon, even though these may not just be like, I don't know, I may still be using common Pokemon, but I like to switch it up a lot. She has some threats on her team, being the Mega Lucario. I think that's a threat because I see all mixed attackers as threats, like Infernape, Rayquaza, because those are typically the ones that destroy me the most, because I am so unlucky and always make misplays and they end up nasty plotting or sword dancing and then just destroying my teams. Like, it happens. It does. The other threats being the Rotom Wash on her team and the Gastrodon. Those two being on the team already tells me that Roserade has to live until those things die. She has 3 water types. I noticed that, so I don't know. We're just going to see where this goes. So we're going to go ahead and get right into it. Looking at her team, I wasn't sure initially what she wanted to start out with. I thought maybe the Drageggle for Toxic Spikes or the Rotom Wash, because when I typically see those on the team, they always start. I don't know. Maybe they're just like good for scouting. I know they can take moves. I mean, Rotom Washes, you guys, everyone knows what Rotom Washes do. So I wanted to head start with my Galvantula so I can go ahead and get my sticky webs out. She didn't have a rapid spinner, so I was like, let's go ahead and just do this. I like speed control and being faster than my opponent. She went ahead and went for a Trick. I used to have Trick on my Rotom Wash back in like X and Y. I didn't know people still use that. But yeah, she went ahead and gave the Choice Scarf to my Galvantula, which my Galvantula didn't need that. It's max speed, so I'm okay with it, to be honest. I went ahead and switched into my Roserade because it walls the Rotom Wash. It just can't kill me. She hard switched into the Golisopod because I already know what she wants to do. She wants to kill my Roserade and get it out the way. It's not gonna be that easy. I'm not going down like that. I'm hard switching right into my Pyukimuku to take her first impression, because this is my defensive wall. I typically have it on this team just in case I run into Mimikyus. It's unaware, and with the Rocky Helmet on it, it can take moves from this thing all day. So I knew she'd switch out. I wanted to go ahead and use this time to recover back up in case that thing comes back out or her Lucario is a physical attacking Lucario. Because yeah, it's such a great wall. It turned out to be one of my favorite Alolan Pokemon, but she chose out the Drageggle anyway. I don't have the greatest special defense, but I wanted to preserve my Pyukimuku. I switched out into the my Galvantula. I thought it could take that Sludge Wave, which made me think that maybe that thing was Choice Specs, but I wasn't that worried about it. I didn't really need my Galvantula too much at that point. I wanted to go ahead and get my Staraptor out. It's reckless with the Life Orb max attack, so I just figured I'd go ahead and use some double edges and start breaking this team apart. She went ahead and chose out the Gastrodon, which was cool because this was one of the things I wanted to get out the way. If you let these things stockpile, 3 times, then you might as well hit the forfeit. Like, I've been walled by this thing too many times, so I was happy that she stayed in. I know she didn't want to switch out and have anything else take a double edge, because honestly, I don't see any of her other Pokemon living from it, but we went ahead and got that out the way. we're both down one Pokemon. She went ahead and made the play of going for Lucario. I figured she wanted to do this because she maybe had like Mach Punch, or maybe she was gonna Mega Evolve and use some kind of priority. That's all I knew that was coming out. Priority, Mach Punch, Vacuum Wave, Bullet Punch. I don't know. I figured one of those was coming out, so I was hoping that it wasn't predicting, that she wasn't gonna predict my switch and go for a nasty plot, because that's the kind of stuff that kills me. Luckily, she went for the Bullet Punch, and that showed me that this thing is a physical attacker, which means my Pyukimuku can stay in here with this thing all day. I went ahead and went for the Soak, just in case it did try to Sword Dance up. A lot of people don't really catch on to what Pyukimuku does. So I went ahead and went for the Soak. She switched out into the Rotom Wash, which is cool. I used the Soak on it. It wasn't completely wasted because now she at least can't get like stab electric moves on me. You know, I went ahead and stayed in here, recovered up. I figured I can live an electric move, a non-stab electric move now. And I went ahead and stayed in and recovered up just to scout, because I thought she'd Volt Switch out and try to get like a different matchup, or I wanted to just try to be prepared. I saw her use Thunderbolt. I didn't think it would go for the Thunderbolt, but you know, since it did want to go ahead and go down that route, I went ahead and switched into my Rotom Wash wall, being Roserade, and she went for the smart play of going for Volt Switch so she can get a better matchup. I think she realized that I wasn't going to stay in and take Volt Switches, Thunderbolts all day, so she switched out into the Choice Specs Drageggle. At least that's what I think it is, since it's like destroying the shit out of my Galvantulas and whatnot. But I don't want to get hit with like a Sludge Wave or a Dragon Pulse. I do feel like originally I would be able to take that thing, to take those attacks, but I went ahead and put this thing to sleep. I was gonna put this thing to sleep, switch out into Staraptor, and then try to go for like a Double Edge, just to guarantee get another Pokemon knocked out. But I don't know why I made the weird play of going for Leech Seed. I can't honestly tell you why I went for that, but I did. I think I just got greedy. I don't know. It was I don't know. It was bad, but anyway, I was gonna go ahead and make the play of hard switching right back out into my Staraptor to go ahead and follow suit with what I had originally, or what I should have did. But this Drageggle woke up, hit me with the Draco Meteor, which made me at least fortunate that I didn't stay out again, because I don't think my Roserade would have been able to take that. While this Drageggle killing my Staraptor sucks, because I still wanted to do stuff with it. While it was bad, I went ahead and it was a plus, because now her special attack dropped and I know I can take anything that it has. I chose back out Roserade because I wanted to go ahead and put it back to sleep. She switches out into Claydol. I don't know what she thought was coming up. Maybe she thought Claydol was like the best thing to go to sleep, or I didn't know what this thing wanted to do. I haven't honestly battled a Claydol, I want to say, since like X and Y, which was forever ago. I don't know what these things do. I figure this thing wants to hit me with like Psychic or Ice Beam. Yeah, but Roserade, I would have just stayed in and killed it. Claydols, they seem cool, but I don't know. I should use one pretty soon. But she switches back out into Drageggle. Smart play, because she takes this Giga Drain pretty nicely. I don't want to stay in and get hit with Draco Meteor, so I switch back out into my Pyukimuku, who, like I said, isn't really special defensive, but I wasn't sure if she would be able to take this Draco Meteor, which, now that I was like looking back on it, I don't even think that crit mattered. Like, I think it was just, I think my Pyukimuku was a goner. It wasn't the worst thing. I was like, I think I can still handle this. I went ahead and chose out the Houndoom to take advantage. If she wanted to go ahead and go for it like another Draco Meteor, that was going to be okay with me, because I would have lived. I wanted to take advantage of this opportunity and got set up for myself. So she chose back out the Claydol. I don't know why she chose back out the Claydol, but she did. Maybe she didn't really care about it. Maybe she thought I'd go for like Sucker Punch and she wanted to go for like Earth Power. I don't know what this Claydol is. Like I don't know what its deal was or its purpose in this battle was, but I was gonna go ahead and Dark Pulse it right on out of here. So at this point, I'm thinking, all right, I'm sitting in a pretty good position. Only thing that can really make this bad is if this thing lives and Hydro Pumps me right in my face, because I really don't want that to happen. I hit this thing with the Dark Pulse, praying for a flinch. It hangs on with the Sash, and I actually get the flinch, which is crazy because I'm not that lucky. Like, I'm really not that lucky. Like, I thought it was pretty amazing. And I loved that Houndoom after he got that flinch. So I was able to go ahead and finish up this Rotom Wash. And at this point, I was like, I have this battle in the bag. I have this battle in the bag. Unless this thing gets like a critical hit first impression. But as you can see, I'm the person who's like lucky this battle. So she hits me with the first impression. It does do a good amount of damage. And the neutral Flamethrower takes this thing out. I think it would have probably killed this thing even if I didn't set up. Because Golisopod's special defense I don't think is really that good. And it's neutral damage. She chooses back out the Lucario. And this is another time where I was like, man, is she gonna hit me with Mach Punch? And she didn't. She goes for Bullet Punch. Maybe she just didn't have anything better than that. I guess it's just not common for Lucarios to carry Mach Punch. I try to have Mach Punch on everything that can have Mach Punch, to be completely honest with me, but I don't know, maybe that's just not a common set anymore. My Lucario runs Mach Punch. And this was actually a pretty interesting play. I went ahead and went for the Dark Pulse. I thought this match was over. I forgot how special defensive that Dragagles are. I did not get lucky enough to get that flinch. She hits me with the Sludge Wave. Kills my Houndoom, but it's cool. MVP right there. Went ahead and got knocked out, but it's cool. And I choose out my Choice Scarfed Crocodile to go ahead and get him some stage time on here as well. And this is pretty much what he does anyway. He comes out late game with the Choice Scarf Moxie, and he just starts tearing things apart with whatever is needed at that time. But that was the end of the battle. I thought it was a pretty good battle. Like I said, half the time that people accept, they either have like a whole team full of like a legendaries, or I'll battle people with like all level 5 Pokemon. I mean, I get some matchups like this, and either I get swept or they get swept, and I don't want to upload those. I only want to upload the good battles. If you guys are still watching this at this point, you're like, please, if you want to battle, just let me know how you want to battle. You know, as far as the rules and stuff, and I'll try to adjust to it, because I really do enjoy doing this, and I wish people would actually contact me so we could, you know, set up something. But yeah, thank you if you're still here at this point. Go ahead and outrage that like button. I don't know, that's like the thing people do these days, but yeah, give me some feedback. Anyways, just thank you. Take care, guys.